Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Crafty Lux. Here are the 10 most expensive vinyl records ever sold. Number 10, Do I Love You? Indeed I Do, over $30,000. The American producer and singer Frank Miller only released 250 copies of the single Do I Love You? Indeed I Do. That would be enough to make any copy of this record valuable. However, Berry Gordy, who was a director at Motown, destroyed most of them. Just 5 copies survived and it became one of the rarest albums and a precious item for collectors around the world. Number 9, Alcohol and Jake Blues, $37,100. The 78 RPM record was sold on eBay for $37,100 in 2013. There are just 2 copies in the world, which makes it extremely valuable. Johnson released 5 albums in the Paramount label and are all considered collector items, so if you have a copy at home, it may be worth some thousands of dollars. Collectors are also willing to pay enormous amounts for Willie Brown or JD Short Rare Records. Number 8, Caustic Window, $46,300. In 1994, Aphex Twin tried to release the album Caustic Window. The project failed and there are just 5 copies on the album, and that is precisely what makes it so valuable. In 2006, Marcus Notch Persson, founder of Minecraft, bought the album at an auction for $46,000. This is the most recent record on this list, as all the other items are vintage. Aphex believes that he didn't release the album because there were so many releases happening at the same time, 2 under different guises. Number 7, Till There Was You, $90,000. Someone once found a copy of the Beatles' Till There Was You in an attic. It was sold on an auction in 2016. People expected it to be worth around $12,000, but someone paid €77,500 for it. The copy is described as a holy grail among the fans because it brings some unique features. There's a handwriting of Brian Epstein, the Fab Four's manager. Although $90,000 is an unbelievable price to pay for a vinyl record, there's another Beatles album that ranks even higher. Number 6, Yesterday and Today, $125,000. In 1966, the Beatles released the album Yesterday and Today that was commercialized just in the US. Later, the records were released in Japan and also the United Kingdom. The first albums of this copy are rare and valuable. But what makes it so unique? When the album was released, the cover was a picture of the musicians dressed as butches with pieces of meat and dolls without arms, legs, and heads. Probably someone found it creepy and they changed the official cover for something more traditional. Number 5, Double Fantasy, $150,000. In 1980, John Lennon and Yoko Ono released Double Fantasy, their 5th album together. The album is far from Lennon's best work, but in an auction in 1990, someone paid $150,000 for a copy. The identity of the person who bought it is still unknown, but why bother paying so much if it's not a masterpiece? Well, because the album sold was signed by John Lennon just a few hours before he was shot. Number 4, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, $290,000. In case you have any Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band that was released in 1967, you have a small fortune on your hands. The most valuable is a mono edition with a black parlophone on it. During an auction in 2013, someone bought a copy of the album for $290,000. It took everyone by surprise since the estimated price was $30,000. The identity of the buyer was not revealed, and the only thing we know is that he lives in America's Midwest. Number 3, My Happiness, $300,000. Elvis Presley is one of those artists who is still very valuable even after his death. According to Forbes, he made $40 million just in 2018, so it's not really a surprise he's on this list. In 1953, Presley recorded his first album, My Happiness, which was sold in 2015 at an auction. The musician Jack White paid $300,000 for it, which is a vintage collector item and has other rare vinyl albums. However, My Happiness is the most expensive item in his collection. Number 2, The White Album, $790,000. The Beatles' 9th album is known as The White Album because the cover is entirely blank, except for a serial number printed on it. Ringo Starr has the album number 000001, one of the most desirable items among fans. In 2015, it was sold for $790,000. It's the highest amount paid on a commercial record. Other serial numbers are still valuable, and if you have this album, there's a chance you can still sell it for some thousand. Number 1, Wu-Tang Clan's Once Upon a Time in Shaolin, $2 million. In 2015, Martin Shkreli bought the only copy of Wu-Tang Clan's Once Upon a Time in Shaolin. He paid the astronomical price of $2 million, the highest price ever spent on a vinyl record. In 2017, Shkreli put the single LP back on eBay. The bid started at $1, and the final price was over $1 million. Technically half price, but still quite a considerable amount. Shkreli explained on a post why he did not want the LP anymore. This is the one and only Wu-Tang album. I decided to purchase this album as a gift to the Wu-Tang Clan for their tremendous musical output. Instead, I received scorn from at least one of their least intelligent members, and the world at large failed to see my purpose of putting a serious value behind music. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.